About that. Welcome to this USN CPA basketball game. I'm here with Dr. Fitz. My name is Aiden. Welcome to the broadcast, Dr. Fitz.
Great to be with you guys. Last game before the holiday break. We got a tough one tonight against CPA. This is sort of a tradition now that we play CPA on the last day of exams. Looking forward to see what the Tigers are bringing tonight.
We are in the Christmas spirit in the USN basketball gym. Coach Scout's going to start us off with some introductions.
Your University School of Nashville Tigers. These games are being played according to the rules of the TSSAA. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Everyone is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this game at a high level of sportsmanship. At this time, will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the CPA Lions. A senior, number 4, Virginia Glisson. A junior, number 12, Natalie White. A senior, number 14, Addie Grace Summers. A sophomore, number 22, Julia Speedy. And a freshman, number 23, Lily Morrow. The Lions are head coached by Becky Gate, assistant coach Chris Bryan. And now the starting lineup for your USN Tigers. A sophomore, number 5, Uma Peters. A sophomore, number 20, Margaret McKay. A senior, number 23, Stella Shan. A junior, number 24, Kate Vaughn. And a sophomore, number 25, Tessa Chomsky. The Tigers are head coached by Carson Wilson, assisted by Carl Flamer and Joanna Young.
Starting lineups are in place. We're getting ready to get underway. Aiden, what are you hoping to see tonight?
I am hoping for a matchup. I haven't gotten to see a lot of the girls this season. I've been, busy with our pregame show, our podcast. Go check them out if you haven't already. A little shameless plug there. I'm going to be looking for a little bit of penetration into the high post area and kicking it out. Not necessarily finding the three, but finding a way to get them all moving. We cannot be stagnant against this CPA team. They will take advantage of us not moving around. But I think that if we're able to get the ball moving, if we're able to keep the ball out of the defenders, out of CPA's hands, we will win this game. But it is a tough ask against this CPA team.
Well, we'll see which team is the first one to get their hands on the basketball. We're ready to jump it up. CPA in the familiar royal purple will be heading, as usual, from our left to our right to start the game. USN in the all whites moving from right to left. It's Stella Shan to jump it up. She's got her hands on it, but CPA controls the opening tip with White. She drops it off to Glisson. Glisson advances into the front court. Now White pulls into the lane, kicks it back out. Three-pointer on the way from Speedy. It is off the back iron, no good. Rebound is loose on the floor, and Margaret McKay has it. She outlets to Kate Vaughn, who hustles up the left side. Quick pass to Stella. It's off her hands and out of bounds.
You know, we see a lot of cool names come through this gym, and Speedy definitely makes that list, Dr. Fitz.
Amen to that. Glisson crosses over from left to right, attacks the lane, tries to drop it off. Pass nearly went out of bounds, but it was saved by the Lions. They cycle it around the perimeter. Three-pointer from White on the way. It is also off the back iron. Stella elevates for the rebound, got her hands on it, but it came loose to White. Putting it on the floor and attacking the lane is Glisson. She lays it in.
Now, if I'm the ref there, I see 3 steps, but I think that is a missed call. But that'll be 2 points for CPA there.
CPA with a pressure defense off the main basket. Tessa's in a bit of trouble. Tries to get it to Stella. It's deflected. Now Margaret has it. Gets it to Stella in the front court. Stella puts it on the floor, picks it up, puts up an 8-footer. No good. Uma Peters has the rebound. Gets it to Kate. Kate's jump shot is blocked, but she's fouled.
And you know, this is what I was talking about for the jump ball. We're stagnant. We're not moving the ball. We have the 2 people with the ball in the corner while the other 3 are just standing there. We need to move around and find open opportunities for these buckets.
Kate knocks down the first free throw, and the Tigers are on the board. They trail 2-1. 6:48 left, first quarter. Second free throw short, headed towards the corner. Morrow grabs the rebound. Kate knocks it out of bounds. Lions keep it. Coach Olson calls out the defense. Uma Peters stands at the half-court stripe to greet White. Screen comes up high from Morrow. Putting it on the floor is White. White looks to pass. Pass is deflected and take away. Here's Tessa Chomsky with a basketball. Uma Peters flanks her on the left side. Tessa picks it up, looking for a little bit of help. Pass to Kate Vaughn is taken away, stolen by White. White settles it down and now passes into the lane to Glisson. She's wide open and she lays it in.
What a great pass there. Great court vision. Seeing her teammate coming down the floor, instead of taking it herself, she made the selfless act of giving to others, which is what Christmas is all about, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought that Peters was fouled there. Instead, it's going to be a turnover. Lions have it back, leading 4-1.
You know, Uma Peters, only her second year playing basketball. The freshman year, she was on JV and quickly rose through the ranks, being on the starting 5 today.
Great job by Kate Vaughn to tie it up. Possession arrow pointing in the direction of the Tigers. We see the press again. Uma Peters gets it to Margaret in the middle. Kate and Margaret exchange the passes, fires it forward to Stella, but it's too high, and it's going to go out of bounds. So the Lions force another turnover with the press, and they have it back with a 3-point lead.
Common strategy there to minimize passing, but to what extent, right? You want to be able to take the ball up yourself. If you're standing in an area where you have no defenders on you, you need to be able to dribble.
Layup attempt by Summers was no good. She kind of lost her place, and Tessa Chomsky secured the rebound. Tigers now doing a good job moving without the basketball for a moment, but then they settle it down. Coach Olson didn't like what he saw. He calls for time. 5 minutes, 24 seconds left, first quarter. USN trailing 4-1.
Dr. Fitz, talk to me a little bit about Coach Olson. New blood in our coaching department. Kind of his first year on. What have you seen from him?
He's all about positivity and enthusiasm. You're also going to see great energy over there in the Tiger huddle, and he communicates that energy well to the players. Even in some of the games where USN's had big deficits, they've never quit or slowed down at all.
Yeah.
The team responds really well to him.
Yeah, and we've seen in the past, like I guess with Coach Jewell, is a more stoic energy. You can't read her. You don't know what she's thinking. I think with Coach Olson it's a little more animated, which isn't necessarily a good or bad thing. It's just different. It's a different style, different new blood.
What is clear to me is that his animation transfers really well to the players. And I think that is a good thing. Margaret couldn't handle the inbounds pass from Cade. It fell out of bounds, and the Lions have it back. Walking it forward is White, now hustling a little bit more. Up the right side, crosses over into the middle, drops it off from Morrow. Morrow working against Stella Shan, good defense. There's a little backdoor cut, and stepping through, they're going to get a travel, yes. Wilson dragged the pivot foot, so it's a turnover in the lane for CPA. USN has the basketball back. They've got to figure out a way to solve this pressure defense. They have turned it over a few times thus far. Kate's got space. She gets across the half-court stripe on the left side. It's poked out of bounds by Glisson, and they say it is off of Kate. Kate doesn't agree with the call, and neither does Coach Olson. And neither do I, to be honest with you. But it is not our call to make. CPA has it back. Morrow guarded by Tessa, hustling into the lane, puts up a running one-hander, and she's got it. Morrow taking it herself and extending the CPA lead to 6-1. Nice passing from USN to break the press. Tessa Chomsky pulls up with a long bank shot, no good. Margaret had her hands on the rebound, but was nearly stripped by White. Now it's loose on the floor, and it is tied up. Alternate possession, this time, favors CPA.
I'm not really able to find a significant strategy to USN right now. They seem to just be getting it down the court and taking the first shot that they have. You want to survey your options. You don't want to take the first opportunity. You want to, find a better option. And I think they've struggled with that a little bit so far.
Sometimes the hectic pressure of the pressure defense can lead you to get some relief when you feel like you have a shot.
Yeah.
I think that's something that, like you point out, can be working against us right now.
Yes, and that credits to CPA just doing a good job of creating chaos.
Standing at the line is Summers, and she will shoot 2. The first is good. CPA lead extends to 7-1. 4 minutes, 8 seconds left first quarter. Second free throw is good as well. Haywood checks in for CPA, and Yvonne Thomas takes the floor for the Tigers, replacing Stella Shan. Margaret runs the baseline, gets it into Uma. Uma tries to split a couple defenders. She's getting tied up, and it's going to be a jump ball. USN will keep it. And there's a steal by Glisson. Puts up a scoop layup. She's got it, and she's fouled. That makes it 8 unanswered for CPA. And Glisson will have a chance to make it 9.
Yeah, CPA definitely putting the pressure on here, up 10-1 in the first quarter. Such a one-sided game like this, what does USN have to do to get back into it?
Well, the press is hurting us. We did so well a couple of possessions ago, beating the press by knowing where we wanted to go with the basketball, catching it, passing it to the open player quickly. As you pointed out earlier, if you're standing in place with the ball, you're going to get surrounded. That's where the turnovers come in. See, this is good. Quick passing. Here's Yvonne Thomas now. They're trying to get her from behind, but Margaret's in place to pick it up. Now Yvonne has it back. She dribbles to her left, gets into the lane, puts up a running one-hander, no good. Rebound is cleared by Haywood. Haywood outlets the ball. Into the front court comes Ruth. Now over in the opposite corner to Omer. Glisson puts it on the floor, kicks it back out. They swing it into the corner to Morrow. Morrow tries a 3, no good. Margaret had the rebound spin through her hands. Now it's on the floor. Haywood has it. Three-pointer on the way now from Glisson. Off to the left, no good. The rebound and the putback by Ruth is good.
Nice shot there.
USN quick to break the press. Uma tries to get it to Margaret. It's intercepted. Layup by Ruth is no good, but it's an offensive rebound and a putback for Morrow. So the CPA run continues. Score now standing at 14-1. Tigers have it taken away. This time it's Morrow. She gets it over to Ruth. Morrow gets it back. Standing outside the three-point line, working from her right to her left. Now she tries a three. Rims out, no good. Ruth gets the rebound, and she traveled. Yeah, it looked like she did drag the pivot foot.
Yeah. Let me put something into football terms for our football enjoyers out there. If USN was a quarterback, we'd be in the negative in fantasy points for our turnover to touchdown rate. You know, we're being careless with the ball. Just case in point, right? We're making quick passes without really thinking about it. We need to find those. We need to get open and find our receivers, if you will. And I guess that's also just, like I said, credit to CPA for doing a good job of putting pressure on the USN.
Good job by Margaret to force the miss. USN clears the rebound. Here's Liv O'Hara seeing her first action, and she is fouled by Ruth. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left first quarter. The score is currently 14-1 in favor of the Lions. Tessa has the inbound pass over near the far corner. She puts it on the floor. Now picks it up, looking to find Margaret in the post. Margaret has it, but she's forced to spin out. Looking for Kate. The ball hit the underside of the rim. Kate was able to get there, but she was standing on the baseline. So CPA gets the ball back, leading by 13. Ruth will walk it up right down the middle, where she's greeted by Liv O'Hara. Over to Fowler on the right side. Now Flowers puts it on the floor, fakes right, spins left, shot no good. Tessa Chomsky with a rebound. She's fouled by Ruth again from behind. So that's 2 fouls in quick succession for Ruth from CPA.
Interesting choice here to play man defense against these Lions. If I were Coach Olson here, I'd have the girls in a 2-1-2 defense or a 2-3, 1-3-1, some kind of zone that's going to prevent inside driving and encourage outside shooting. CPA has not been hitting those shots, and I would encourage him to just keep shooting them and give us those defensive rebounds.
Turnaround jump shot from Haywood is good. Kayvon gets it over to Liv. Liv struggled through the floor for a moment, but was able to regain herself. But the Tigers do turn it over. They try a difficult pass to Omer. Pass nearly got there, but instead was off her hands, out of bounds. USN gets it back.
We have the ultimate showdown of two mascots here, Dr. Fitz. Like this has been a conversation that's been around for eons. Which one is cooler, the tiger or the lion? And I guess we're gonna find out tonight with our boys team and our girls team who can prove that the Tigers are cooler than lions.
Lots of jungle cats in our district because we got the Wildcats as well, who we often play against, the Panthers of FRA.
And then we have the webbed feet, which is just a mascot that I don't understand, me personally. I said this on our last broadcast, I'm not a huge fan of the webbed feet, but I'm not making that decision.
The feet would be mauled by every one of the cats. Let's just all agree on that.
I agree, unless we're talking about Perry the Platypus here. That's a different story.
That's a different story. Clock running now, 40 seconds. They get it down low to Haywood again. She turns left and she scores. Haywood has a little bit of a size advantage over Margaret McKay, and she has taken advantage of it thus far. Kate Vaughn with the basketball now. Launches a three, just short, no good. Maddie fighting for the rebound. It's tied up. Possession arrow now pointing to our right, which means that CPA has it back. 23.1 seconds left, first quarter. This may be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't hate that shot if I'm Coach Olson. You know, we're down 17 points and clock's running down. I don't think that's a terrible look for Kate. She doesn't have much help, but the ball just didn't go in.
USN clears a rebound with 2 seconds. Are they going to get a shot up? They are not. And the first quarter comes to a close. through 8 minutes of basketball at Sperling Gymnasium. CPA out in front, 18-1.
Yeah.
Aiden, what would you be telling the girls over in the huddle right now?
I'd be saying a lot of what I've been saying earlier. I think, first of all, I think we need to switch to a zone defense. We're getting beat in our matchups here. I think we have a better shot of blocking those inside matchups if we have more people inside, which CPA is just a bigger team at this point. We just got to beat them in numbers. But another thing I'd be saying is be patient. We're throwing the ball away. Like I said, we're in negative fantasy points here, not touchdown to turnover ratio. If we're going to get the touchdowns, we need to stop turning the ball over. We're throwing the ball away. We're being careless. We need to lock in and give the people we're trying to find time to get to us. We're rushing, and that's due to what CPA has been able to accomplish with speeding up the game, creating the tempo. USN needs to create the tempo if they want to win. Whoever makes the tempo of the game is in command, in charge of what's going on. I think that's who comes out on top.
Well, CPA's had command of it in the first quarter.
Yeah.
But Coach Olson looks calm. He's giving the Tigers their last instructions as we get ready to start the second quarter. It'll be USN Basketball to start that second quarter. They trail 18-1. Still looking for their first field goal of the night. Liv is guarded all the way, picks it up. Her pass is nearly stolen. USN will keep it. Fowler deflected it out of bounds.
It's another example of CPA's pressure that they're. That's just unlucky for Kate there. Not much you can do.
Homer swatted it out of bounds right where Kate was standing. It hit her, and unfortunately that means that CPA will start with possession. It's Speedy bringing it over, picking it up, gets it to Morrow, then nice little give and go there, and a layup for Speedy. Tigers looking to break the press. Margaret picks it up, gets it over to Liv. Liv is stymied and she's fouled. Foul's going to be on Speedy. Fourth team foul on CPA of the first half. Tessa and Stella check in to replace Liv and Kate Vaughn. Margaret has to throw it in from the corner. Yvonne tries to set a screen. Ball's loose on the floor. Stella's the first to it. She launches it forward to Maddie. Can Maddie get there? It's going out of bounds, and it is off Maddie. Coach Olson doesn't like it.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but it almost got there.
Here we see Speedy again. Dribbling to her left, getting to the elbow. Bounce pass into the lane. Layup is good from Morrow.
And those are just the free buckets that we're giving up in these matchups. We're not able to have those helpers under the rim if you get beat on a cut, and they're paying for it right now.
The ball came loose into the hands of Morrow. When Morrow pulled it in, she was fouled by Margaret McKay, which will be her first. 7 minutes left. Excuse me, that's the second on Margaret. 7 minutes left in the first half. CPA to throw it in under the offensive bucket. They get it into the corner to Speedy. Speedy puts it on the floor. Now tries a three over Stella. Off to the left, no good. Rebound, Morrow. Kicks it back out. Speedy thinks about trying again. Instead puts it on the floor. Puts up a floater from 6 feet. No good. Margaret gets a hand on the rebound but can't bring it in. Instead it's in the hands of Glisson. Glisson sets the offense in motion, and that's 3 fouls on Margaret. Coach Olson quickly looks to the bench. It's going to be Kate Vaughn checking back in.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, we're kind of stagnant right now. We're letting CPA decide the tempo, and that's showing in the score here, 1-22. 6 minutes 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter here.
Flowers and Haywood exchange a couple passes. Now Haywood has it back. She got too deep behind the basket. Thought she committed a foul, no call. Yvonne Thomas secured the rebound, went to the floor, but they were going to say she was tied up. and so CPA will get possession again. .23, I think, means the zone defense there, Aiden. So maybe coach heard you switching it up.
Maybe he looked into my crystal ball there.
Instead, it's another layup for the Lions, 24-1, and we see that CPA sinking out of the press a little bit. USN brings it up a little less contested than it was on the previous possessions. Stella over to Maddie. Maddie puts it on the floor, gets into the lane, has it fall out of bounds, and she's the last to touch it, so CPA has it back. Their lead is 24-1. Tigers still have not found their first field goal of the night. Clock running with 6 minutes left in the first half. Haywood gets it over to White. White finding Haywood down low. Haywood working against Stella, throws it back out. Little ball fake, putting it on the floor, finding a wide open Summers. Layup is no good. Haywood got a hand on the rebound, tipped it to Ruth. Ruth threw it over into the opposite corner, and the first to get it was Flowers. They reset it with White. Lob it into the high post, trying to get it to Haywood, but great save by Yvonne, but they couldn't keep it. Three-pointer now on the way from White, and it is no good. Rebound, nice pass underneath, left-handed layup, goes down for Flowers.
That was just great ball movement there, and just hats off to CPA there. They were able to really take advantage of a stagnant defense, and that's what you're able to accomplish when you have that stagnant defense, when you're able to move your defenders the way you want to move them.
Tessa Chomsky for three. Too strong, no good. Rebound is being tied up by Kate Vaughn. Good job by Kate to contest the possession, and USN will have it. Ruth steals the basketball. She's taking it all the way, but the shot's no good. Maddie has the rebound for USN. She's hustling the other way, fires it forward to Kate. Kate stepped out of bounds. Pass was just a little bit too tall for her. She couldn't bring it in. Coach Olson calls for time, full timeout. 4:43 left in the second quarter. USN trails by 25, 26-1.
Yeah, definitely a one-sided game here in Sperling. Not what you want to see if you're a USN fan, which I'm a little bit biased. I myself am a USN fan, so it's all right. We'll see how they're able to respond in the second half, how they're able to respond in these last 4 minutes. And what's killing them is the turnovers. They have more turnovers than they have points by a large margin, which, if you're in the negative like that, and I made this fantasy football analogy, one turnover isn't going to kill you, but when they stack up like that, that's really going to put you in the negative. And it just, they lose opportunities to score, and it gives CPA the opportunity to have a one-sided game like this, where we spent the whole game on one side of the court with spurts of breakaways for USN. And that's kind of the root of it. We're not able to take command.
With the 3 fouls, Margaret McKay's back on the floor. Coach Olson willing to roll the dice here, trying to find some sort of spark offensively. But for now, the Tigers will be on defense. They get it into the post to Summers. Summers kicks it out to White. White attacks the baseline, finds Summers back in the middle of the lane, and she scores. 28-1 is the margin. Kate Vaughn brings it over, fakes left, passes to the right to Tessa. Tessa spins free, puts it on the floor. A couple of defenders greet her there. Maddie looks things over, finds Margaret. Margaret skip pass to Kate. Kate's got it. Attacks, puts up a floater, no good. Going for the rebound, and she got enough of it for a CPA player to knock it out of bounds. Tigers keep possession. Kate looks for some help, throws it to Maddie. Maddie's got it. One dribble, she tries the floater, no good, but she was fouled. First free throw is too strong, no good. She'll try again. Lets it go. Gets the roll. 28-2 now is the margin. CPA hustles forward the other way. They've got it down low to Haywood. Haywood's blocked by Stella Shan. Great job. She's on the floor rolling around with the ball. No call. Thought it was clearly a travel. Instead, a little jumper uncontested for Flowers is good. USN with it the other way now. Maddie working against Ruth. Gets it to Margaret. Top of the circle. Margaret steps in. Fires to Kate Vaughn. Margaret now has it back. Great fake from Margaret McKay, but it was poked away. Now the Lions have it. It's Ruth. Tries to get it in the lane. Great job by Margaret to get a hand on it.
Good series there for Margaret McKay.
You can see why Coach Olson wants her in the game. She's been the linchpin of both the Tiger offense and defense for much of the season. Tessa looking things over. Finds Margaret. Margaret's double. They get it to Maddie. Maddie tries a three. Too strong, no good. Coming away with the rebound is Fowler. She outlets to White. White crosses into the middle. Gets it to Ruth in the opposite corner. She puts it on the floor, puts up a long jump shot. Good. Here comes USN the other way now. Kate Vaughn open in the corner, tries a long two, just missed, no good. Ruth has the rebound. Ball's loose, White has it. White brings it into the middle, greeted by Maddie, got around her, but Maddie reached her arm out and committed the foul. That will be the 5th team foul on USN, and I believe Maddie's first, as Uma Peters checks in to replace Kate Vaughn. 2:32 left.
Yeah, definitely. Well, they closed the gap. Well, they did score a point in these last 2 minutes, but they still have a lot of work to do here.
Uma tried to get it to Maddie, who was hustling towards the lane, but the closing Ruth knocked it out of bounds. USN Basketball under the offensive goal, looking to score.
You can certainly see a change in tempo, a change in energy for USN. They've after that timeout, they've really, except for there, but they've really been able to do more on offense, even if they haven't, even if things haven't gone in. They've got the ball in the air at least, which is the step in the right direction.
Nice little pull-up jumper there from Flowers makes it 34-2. Tessa looking for help, gets it to Uma. Uma over to Margaret. Maddie has the ball. Stella looking to post, can't free herself. Now Margaret has it, kicks it out to Uma. Uma tries a three. Banked off the rim, no good. Margaret with the rebound, put back, also no good, and it's tapped out of bounds by CPA.
Unfortunately, the bank was closed for the holidays.
We need that bank to open up. The bank has been unkind to us thus far.
It has.
Maddie looks to get it in, gets it to Yvonne. CPA is back in a man-to-man here, and they've nearly got a steal, but instead it's Uma who comes out with it. She launches a three, and she's got it!
That is Uma Booma from way downtown.
From way downtown. Great shot.
It's a great shot from Uma Peters. You know, USN's in that zone defense, and they're able to prevent shots a lot better. Although they are still getting dominated in the rebound department, which they just don't have that same size. Excuse me. That they had a couple of years ago with Ella McQuain, who's now at Converse University playing basketball.
Yeah, you can see the size advantage that Haywood has. How tall would you guess she is, Aiden?
If I had to guess, I'd guess 6'1".
That's what I was going to guess too.
Yeah.
6'1". So she's got a good 4 or 5 inches on anybody on USN's team. She's 1 for 2 from the line. 35-5 is the score. We're under 1 minute now in the first half. CPA has switched to his own defense. Tessa is going to be called for 5 seconds. So the Lions have it back. 48.7 seconds left, first half. You're looking to post Haywood. Haywood's got it. Turnaround layup is good. USN looking to answer now in the last half minute. Tessa and Margaret exchange a couple of passes against the zone defense. Now it's Maddie with the basketball. Gets it to Yvonne over by the elbow. Yvonne dribbles to the opposite elbow. Margaret launches it over to Maddie. Maddie has it again. Maddie tries a three. Just halfway down, spun back out. Clock running with 7 seconds, and we're going to get a foul. And that is the 7th. So it will send CPA to the line for one in the bonus with 5.5 seconds left in the first half. It's White at the line. Excuse me. It's Speedy at the line. First free throw good. Extending the CPA lead to 38-5. Second free throw gets the roll. Clock running with 5 seconds. Hustling forward is Uma. Can USN get a shot off? Yes, Uma for 3. Ooh, nearly had another one. Nice try from Uma Peters. The first half comes to a close. Your score through the first 16 minutes. CPA 39, USN 5.
Yeah, definitely a one-sided game here, Dr. Fitz. But I will say, we scored 5 times the amount of points in the second quarter than we did in the first quarter. So that is already some improvement there. And I did see a change in tempo when we went into that zone defense. We were able to conserve energy a little bit. We were able to help out our big man down low. But there is that mismatch with Hayward, and she was able to take advantage of that one-on-one, which I think an easy way to fix that is to get some help defenders, which will force the outside shot because she'll kick out. But we'll see what Coach Olson decides to do in this second half as he heads into the locker room here. Dr. Fitz, what are you seeing in this USN team? What are they gonna have to do to come back here?
Stops and scores, pretty simple. CPA's relaxed the pressure defense a little bit. We're getting some looks from 3. They're playing some zone. If we can make some threes, that's the way you can make a big run. You just got to get hot from 3.
All right.
That's our hope.
Well, for copyright reasons, we're going to have to mute because they are playing a song. See you in a bit. And we are back at Sperling Gymnasium. We're ready to get rolling in this second half here. The score remains 39-5 with a fresh clock of 8 minutes. USN about to take the floor.
Tigers will start out the third quarter on defense. We'll see what they have in store for us in the second half. Looks like starting five for both teams. Nice little scoop layup for Summers. And CPA opens the scoring in the second half, picking up right where they left off. Let's see what USN can do. Tessa gets it to Margaret. Kayvon gets it back to Margaret. Going for a steal and getting one is Speedy. She heads to the basket and she lays it in. So it's a quick 2 field goals for CPA.
And it looks like we're back to where we started here. Kind of maybe not as locked in as we were at the end of the half. As we're giving away two turnovers already.
CPA moves it around the perimeter for now. It's Summers getting it over to Speedy, now getting it back down in the post. She kicks it back out. Extra pass into the corner, now attacking the baseline is White. Puts up a runner from 5 feet and she's got it. So 6 unanswered for the Lions to start the third. Uma Peters has the ball. She's got the lone Tiger field goal of the evening, a 3-pointer that she scored late in the second quarter. Margaret to Stella up at the elbow. Stella turns, faces the basket, tried a shot, had it blocked, got it back, get it over to Kate. Kate Vaughn for 3.
Nice shot from Kate Vaughn there. And we had Stella in the high post. You know, I bet I could count on my right hand the amount of times that we found that post. You know, I think the key to USN's success here is going to be finding Stella inside. And right there, the 3 worked, but you know, in the games past, like we haven't, the 3 ball just hasn't been falling all the time. So
Kate's going
Kate
to
will try again.
Off to the left, no good. CPA clears the rebound, and Speedy crosses in to the front court, right down the middle, drops it off to White. White's 3-pointer is short. Uma's got the rebound, trying to push it. Gets it into the lane, lost it out of bounds off her shin. So CPA gets it back. It's a 47-8 lead. Walking it up is Glisson. Getting instructions from the Lion bench. Now dribbling into the lane, putting it up, and scoring is Morrow. She had a big first half and is keeping it rolling here in the second. Tessa Chomsky, 1 dribble, now puts it on the floor, gets it in the lane, pulls up at the elbow, shot is short. Scrambling for the rebound, it's on the floor, but the Lions come out with it. They get it over to Morrow. Once again, she dribbles it out. 3-pointer on the way from Speedy, no good. Stella Shan has the rebound, out it's to Uma. Uma looking for a little bit of help, now takes it herself up the right side. Margaret has it over on the wing. They're trying to trap her there, instead she passes out to Tessa. Tessa picks it up, gets it to Kate. Stella tried to get it at the foul line, but the pass was a little bit too high. Here comes Morrow the other way, nice pass down low. Glisson throws it back out. White resettles. Morrow in the corner, she tries a 3. Off the rim, no good, but got it back on her knees, kept the dribble. Got it to White. White from the baseline, scores again. Clock running with 4 minutes left in the third. CPA has the lead 51-8. CPA sinks into his own defense. Kate has it poked away from the moment by Speedy, but got it back. Margaret snaps it over to Tessa. Margaret now calling for it in the post. Uma instead takes it herself to the baseline. Got it to Kate Vaughn in the corner. Threw out to Tessa. Tessa for three. No. Stella offensive rebound. Got it to Uma. Uma tries again. Too strong. No good. Rebound Morrow. Morrow launches it forward to Speedy, who's all alone, and she lays it in.
That was a good possession for USN, but once you see that ball in CPA's hands, you need to bust it back. And that's just a give me a layup. But I will say that was a very good possession for USN, that they were able to keep the ball for a good amount of time. And Stella, nice offensive rebounds. That's what you want to see more of with the Tigers here. I think CPA has double our possession time just because we've turned the ball over, and I think if you cut out those turnovers, we're in this game. I think that's the difference maker there.
CPA substituted, I think, all 5 players. Meanwhile, USN appears to have the same 5, except Maddie has checked in the game for Stella. USN Basketball, 3:15 left in the third. Tessa Chomsky looks to attack the zone, gets it to Uma. Now Margaret has it to the foul line, kicks it out. Tessa Chomsky for 3. Off the backboard again, the bank unkind, no good. It's Ruth now handling the ball for CPA. Steal by Kate Vaughn. We got an inadvertent whistle.
That's unlucky for USN there. You could see Coach Olsen's disappointment in that call, as that would have been a breakaway, easy layup for Kate Vaughn. Well, Dr. Fitz, I will say one thing. I have no idea who our point guard is, because that is the versatility of our guards. I think, they do a really good job of sharing the ball. There's no one clear ball handler, and they've all proven that they can take care of it, which I think is definitely a positive.
Our guards also have shown that they're not shy about launching the 3. And we've knocked down a couple of 3s tonight. We've missed more, obviously, but there's going to be those nights where we're hot shooting 3s, and that's going to be
and
the night where we book a big win.
But I will say that as a former basketball player, that I played a lot of post. I don't like to live and die by the 3 ball. I think it's important to be able to survive without shooting well. Which is something our boys have struggled with a little bit. They've like, as Cindy is always stressing on our pregame show, they live and die by the 3-point ball, and if they're not hitting those shots, then then the game won't go their way, which is something to consider.
Margaret McKay goes 1 for 2 from the line. Tigers approaching the double-digit mark now, but their deficit is 53-9. Against a very tough CPA team. They get it down low to the post to Haywood. Haywood's forced to throw it back out. Skip pass opposite side to Omer. Omer throws it into the corner. Now they're trying to get it down low. Great job by Kate Vaughn.
Good defense, though.
Flowers would have had a look at a layup, but Kate knocked it out of bounds. Lions to throw it in. Fowler sets the offense into motion. They're trying to get it to Haywood. Haywood got Liv O'Hara on her after a switch, which was a big height advantage.
Yeah, poor Liv O'Hara there. Not a lot she can do there.
Tigers looking to answer. Margaret calling for it in the post again. Maddie did a good job getting some penetration, and she draws a foul. One minute, 45 seconds left, third quarter. Tigers looking to throw it in. Pass is intercepted by Ruth. Ruth advances towards the Tiger tail, settles it down. Calling for it in the post is Haywood. Margaret working hard to defend. Now Haywood has it top of the circle. Passes it off to Fowler. Trying to repost. Margaret working hard, still on defense, doing a great job. Skip pass over to Ruth. Liv O'Hara guards her there. They get it now to Flowers. CPA taking their time, but Flowers on another give and go gets the layup. CPA really, both tonight and every time I've ever seen them play, they do such a great job moving without the basketball.
Yeah, and I think that's something that, you know, USN can really learn from is, you know, the reason we've had these turnovers is because we can't find anybody to pass the ball to, and then we throw it into a jungle of hands. You know, moving without the ball is just as important as having those handles.
USN keeps possession. 41.4 seconds left, third quarter. Maddie looking for somebody to throw it to. Ruth working hard, moving from side to side, and she's got another steal. Posting is Haywood working against Margaret. Spinning right, shot is off the rim, no good. Liv has the rebound. Tiger basketball. Liv right down the middle. In the mint green socks tonight.
Interesting style choice there, but you know what, I mess with it.
Tigers lost the handle there. Gave it back to the Lions. 15 seconds left, third quarter. CPA may look to play for the last shot. They're counting it down, 4 seconds. They get it to Haywood. Haywood with a turnaround shot. Little indecision there. Led to her missing wide to the right. So the third quarter comes to an end. Your score with 8 minutes to go, 57-9 in favor of CPA.
Yeah. So I am not a doubter, but I will say that is a very tough score to overcome for USN here. If I'm Coach Olsen, I'm telling them we need to close this gap, guys. We need to limit turnovers. Is our biggest killer in this game. You know, if you eliminate all of these turnovers that we've had, I think we are definitely in this game. CPA is not absolutely dominating us on offense. I think our defense at points we've shown that we've been able to hold them. But you know, we've given them easy baskets by turning the ball over. It's just you know, just shoot yourself in the foot. And I think if they can eliminate that, they have the foundations of a. This is not a bad team. They have the foundations of a winning team, and I think that they just, you know, some changes they have to make to their play style. To, like you said, moving without the ball. That's a great way to limit turnovers.
Yeah, you just want to see improvement one possession at a time, you know. Better decision here, better decision there. And that's how you get better at the game. And Coach Olsen's done a great job with this team in his first few games. I'm sure that we're going to see continued development from this young team as the season goes on. Zone defense for the Lions against USN to start the fourth. Maddie has it in the inside the three-point arc. Her shot is no good and goes out of bounds. We will be seeing a running clock in the fourth quarter as long as the margin is greater than 35 points. Only stoppages will be for timeouts and when a free throw shooter has the ball at the foul line. Flowers kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way from Omer is short. Ruth with a rebound, puts it back with one hand, no good. Flowers gets the rebound, and she scores.
You know, Hayward's been such a key player for CPA tonight. You know, she has at least a dozen points. And right there, you can see she's just been taking advantage of that height advantage all night. Just a good player for CPA.
Ruth gets into the lane, puts up a runner, no good. Haywood with the rebound, put back, and she's got it. So the big night for the Lion Bigs continues. They've played well. Maddie looks to drive the zone defense, triple teams her in the lane. And she is tied up. I think a jump ball was what was called there. So CPA gets it back. Floating into the lane. Ooh, looked like she was fouled. No call. And it is tied up. This time, possession arrow is pointing to CPA again. So it must not have been a jump ball before. It must have been offensive foul or something.
Oh. CPA while the ball here. Oh, and a wide
Running
open
free is
bucket.
Speedy, and she scores.
And we were just kind of beat on defense there, and just kind of a lackadaisical mindset, and they were able to get around us really fast, really quickly, and easily.
Kate Bond was free, but Tessa saw her a moment too late. Tigers reset. Liv O'Hara working against Ruth. Flashing into the lane was Maddie, but the pass came up short and was intercepted by Fowler. Gets it over to Speedy. Speedy attacks the basket. Lions kick it back out. Fowler over to Ruth in the corner. She fakes a shot, puts it on the floor, gets in the lane, puts up a one-hander, got the roll. Here's Zuma Peters looking to answer for USN. Instead, it's stolen by Speedy. Ruth has it, settling it down. Clock down to 5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Speedy can't get around Liv, instead has to kick it out. They throw it opposite side to Omer. Omer fakes a shot. Skip pass opposite end to Speedy. Speedy's left uncontested and buries a three. Coach Olson doesn't care for that one bit. Meanwhile, he has 3 players at the scorer's table ready to check in.
Yeah, and I don't mean to say that USN is completely given up here, but a total mood change as this game is kind of coming to its end with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. USN down by more than 50 points, which can be a teaching moment for this team, and I think there's a lot to learn, a lot to take away, and I think that should be their focus coming out of this game.
You can see in a great team like the one we're playing against tonight a lot of what you want to be. And hopefully the Tigers are seeing certain things on the offensive and defensive end that they'd like to be able to do.
And definitely something to bring into practices this next week or over Christmas break is, turnovers. Limit those turnovers. And I don't mean to beat it like a wet noodle, but sorry, I thought that was a good line.
You were saving that one?
Yeah,
okay.
And I cracked up.
Good.
I don't mean to beat it like a wet noodle, but gosh, we need to limit these turnovers. And if we can stop that, then we can find more opportunities on offense. Give us more floor time, which CPA has just dominated this whole game. They haven't given us a chance to score. It's not that we haven't been hitting every shot. We've been hitting threes, Dr. Fitz. We're shooting at least 30%, which I don't. Anyways, I think that there's a lot to learn from this game, a lot for Coach Olson to take into practices, and I don't think the girls should be totally ashamed. I think they have done a lot of things right. And they've been hitting Stella a few times in the middle, like I wanted them to, and their guards have had good versatility. They shared the ball well. It's just moving without the ball that they've really struggled with.
Like you said, if we're going to shoot 30% from 3, then it's just a matter of getting some shots up.
And
but the turnovers have reduced our shots.
Right, and having that time on the floor. Having that time with the ball, rather.
Tessa Chomsky has it in the corner, looking things over. Margaret trying to post against Haywood. Tessa's picked up her dribble. She's in some trouble. Got it to Margaret, but Margaret couldn't bring it in cleanly. And possession goes back to the Lions. Clock running with 3:20. Tigers get a foul. It's going to be on Nevaeh. Her first, team first for the second half. Flowers throws it in to Ruth. Ruth working against Uma, looking over the floor. CPA constantly cutting, making it tough. Flowers tries a quick release three, and she's got it. So the scoring onslaught continues. USN looks to answer. Instead, it's going to be a turnover. Pass never got to Tessa in the corner. Omer has the basketball instead for CPA. Dribbling with the left hand, gets it over to Ruth. Flowers with it again, gets it to Fowler. Margaret goes for steal, and she's got it. Can she beat Hayward to the basket? She did, but the shot was too strong. Rebound came into the hands of, I believe, Omer, yes. And Omer went to the floor due to the foul by Margaret McKay, and Margaret doesn't look too upset about it. The foul is her fourth. Team's second. We are inside 2 minutes now. Coach Olson is apoplectic over on the sideline. He received a verbal warning, quote unquote, from the official, but he doesn't know what it's for, and I don't either. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Flashing into the lane is Omer, and she was fouled. It was a nice screen by Haywood in the lane to keep the USN defenders off of her.
Something I have been very impressed with this game is, Coach Olson's ability to remain supportive and positive. Even though his team is getting beat by 62 points in the fourth quarter, I think he's done a really good job of finding the positives, finding a supportive viewpoint.
Tessa looks to free herself. She shoots too strong, no good. CPA with the ball, down to a half minute. I'd be surprised if they shoot again. They'll probably just look to run it out. And we'll see if USN is content to let them do so. Coach Olson's yelling back up, so it seems that he's willing to wave the white flag here.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to come to a close here as the seconds wind down. Final score of the game: USN 9, CPA 73. A high-scoring game, just not in our favor today, which is okay. There's a lot to learn from this game, Dr. Fitz. I think a lot of takeaways. It isn't all negative.
No, you learned a lot. We made some good shots. There was a lot of good effort on defense. We've struggled breaking the press, and that's something we're going to have to solve if we're going to try to beat some of the better teams in the district.
For sure. Turnovers were our biggest problem tonight. We beat ourselves, and when you lose by that much, you beat yourself, and that's kind of the key takeaway is to beat the other team. You can't be having these turnovers. You can't be beating yourself. But thank you guys so much for joining us for the girls' game. We'll be right back with the boys. See you soon.
Now let's move tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Lions, a senior number 1, Jack Fry. A sophomore number 5, Gunnar Lewis. A junior number 45, Maddox Ruth. A junior number 3, Jason Taylor. And a senior number 2, Ryan Valero. The Lions are head coached by Kevin Maggard, assistant coaches Chris Height, Greg Bradshaw, and Jake Alls-Miller. And now the starting lineup for the USN Tigers. A senior number 2, Bennett Dickerson. A senior number 3, Khalil Anderson. A senior number 22, Colin Frantz. A senior number 24, Max Elliott. And a sophomore number 30, Cameron Hinsey. The Tigers are head coached by Mike Jones, assistant coaches Greg Anderson and Will Wyatt.
And we're back for the second game of the night. I'm here with Mr. Reed Murray. Reed, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Coming back to the old gym where I used to call games in this booth. Back from Ohio State, ready to watch some Tiger basketball.
Yes, sir. Starting the game off here, pretty big roster. Max, Colin, and Bennett. Some above 6 foot guys. To kind of counter this big CPA team.
Yeah, Max Elliott taking the tip here. Obviously, he's got the height advantage. Let's see what he does with it.
Khalil will get the ball. He'll recover it to give it to Colin. He'll give it back to Khalil. Colin finds Bennett on the arc. Looking for Khalil after looking at the high post where Max is. Max has the ball now, finds Colin. Looks outside, gets Khalil, swings it to Bennett, who gets Colin on the top of the arc for a shot. It's no good. Max tips it, but there's a foul. It will stay USN Basketball.
Good play by Elliott to draw the foul there.
We've seen Max and Bennett, pretty physical players down low, and they've been working our high post, low post read. They've done a really great job of executing that play where we feed the high post and find the low post and just get an easy bucket. We'll be looking for that a lot today. Colin Frantz will shoot here. It's no good. It's recovered by Taylor, who brings it down the court, finds Fry outside. He'll give it to Valero. Back to Taylor, who shoots, and it is good. That's 3-0 CPA. A big three-pointer to open there.
Yeah, good ball movement there by the Lions.
Khalil will get the ball and take it down the court. A lot of pressure from Taylor. A nice little bucket there for Khalil, solo bucket. Lewis now with the ball. Kicks it out to Valero. He'll give it to Ruth. Give it to Valero. Down to Lewis. The shot is no good. Gives it back to Ruth, and it's a strong bucket in the paint. And that's an and one.
Yeah, so far it's looking like Maddox Ruth might be the player to key in on if you're the Tigers. He's biggest player on the court so far, proving to be a factor in the rebounding game.
Yeah, and I think this is a sign that Max and Bennett need to get really physical with this guy. They need to, get those defensive rebounds because that's going to be a big key to their success, to CPA's success here is keeping the ball out of our post hands. Colin will have the ball. He'll find Khalil. He'll give it to his brother. Bennett will kick it out to Colin, who shoots a long three. It is no good once again.
Yeah, Colin so far 0 for 3 on the night. Let's see if he keeps shooting those.
In the last game against Webb, Colin had 17 in the first quarter. And, he's been a really big part of this offense. So I think if he just needs some time to warm up, he had the hot hand against Webb here. I think just give him time to shoot, and that's what Coach Jones giving him a little bit of a leash.
Yeah, one of my key memories of this team last season in the district championship against Webb was Colin France coming alive from the three-point line late in that game. He talked after the game about how he had kind of wished he had done better all season shooting from the three-point line, but that game he really made some important contributions from beyond the arc, and that was a really impressive performance from him last season.
Reed, this is your first time seeing this team. It's a very different team after we lost 4 starters that all went off to do their own thing in college, 3 of which played collegiate basketball. It's kind of a change in style of the kind of team you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Some new faces in the fold, some faces who were on the team but didn't play as much last season. But from watching this team all of last year, the USN boys basketball team really takes itself seriously, and I think they are, especially after all the odds they overcame last season, they're not afraid to rise up to any challenge. And I think, facing a CPA team that they lost to last season, I don't think they're going to be afraid to rise up to today either.
Clay, Mahoney, and Austin will come on the floor to give a couple more guards. Max makes a strong move in the paint, but he's off. Ruth now to bring the ball up the court. Fry over to Lewis. A nice little floater inside. CPA has not made any substitutions. They seem confident in the squad they have in. It is 7-2 in their favor with 4 minutes 46 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Yeah, and on the contrary, USN's made a few subs. Clay Payne, Austin Kaysen, Mahoney Donick in the game. And speaking of rising up to challenges, Clay Payne last season, his second game making an appearance on the varsity team was in the regional semifinal against the defending state champion, Goodpasture. So that's another guy who really is able to rise to the challenge.
Definitely.
Despite he was a freshman last season, getting his first minutes in such a big game.
Right. Even as a sophomore, he's been in the double digits every single game. Been a big part of our offense. Usually starting, but we wanted a different strategy today where we didn't start Austin and Clay. Khalil will find Mahoney up top, who gives it to Austin. Clay now has the ball at the top of the arc. He'll drive, but he goes into a jungle of arms, and that ball is it's a jump ball in USN's favor. USN will set their inbound play, trying to get a bucket here. They'll find Max in the corner, who finds Mahoney up top, who shoots it way downtown. Mahoney Donick 3. Lewis brings the ball up the court. He gets it to Fry. Fry now with the ball, shoots it, and it is good in the corner. The score now 5-12 in the favor of CPA. Austin will bring the ball up the court.
CPA is on fire from beyond the arc tonight.
Yeah, unreal numbers. I think they've only missed 1 3 tonight. Max misses a shot from beyond the arc. Clay giving pressure defense now Khalil on Fry. Lewis will shoot a very deep 3, and it's good.
That one would be good in college. That was a deep 3.
This CPA offense is really working. They've been hitting a lot of these shots. Mahoney will try to respond, and it is good. Yes, he will. Mahoney now has 6.
The sharpshooter Mahoney Donick, somebody you can always count on.
A pass right up the middle, but it is taken away. They give it right back to him. Little man down low. He gets a nice little reverse bucket. The score is now 8-17 CPA.
That's Jackson Matthews of CPA. Really crafty play below the bucket to get 2 points.
Able to overcome the height differential between him and Max Elliott. Austin will have the ball down low. Austin shoots. It's no good. That's a CPA rebound. as they bring the ball back up the court. They'll give it to Lewis, who makes a nice little drive, passes it to nobody, but CPA recovers it and gets a bucket anyway. You know, and that's a heads-up play by CPA and USN not noticing what's going on there, and they were not able to secure that loose ball. Mahoney will shoot again, but it is no good.
Yeah, and that CPA offense, one thing I'm starting to notice watching this team play is they're really good at improvising.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
Anytime a play breaks up, they seem to find a way to get it back together and make something out of nothing.
Yeah, and they definitely want to keep a slower tempo to what's going on. They don't want to get too ahead of themselves, too sped up, as they're shooting very well from beyond the arc. If I'm USN, I'm going into man coverage here, and I'm doing everything I can to keep these shooters off the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, CPA, they've given themselves a really nice cushion of points here. It's 20-8. Really a good spot to be in if you're CPA approaching the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, USN has come from behind many times. We've seen this team fight in a lot of ways, and I don't think this is an insurmountable lead. Definitely in the first quarter. You know, and this is just a great time to kind of survey your opponent. They're shooting really well, which not much you can do about I don't know, 5 for 7, but beyond the arc for CPA. There's just not a lot you can do about that. Mahoney Donnick shooting very well. You know, and giving these different guys opportunities, see who has the hot hand tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like USN has had a lack of offensive opportunities. They've had chances to shoot the ball. Just a couple three-pointers have rattled out, but they've had some good looks so far. So I think, you know, once the luck starts going their way a little bit more and maybe a little bit less in the way of CPA, we could be looking at a different kind of game.
Lewis will shoot. You have one shot. Clay and Max on the bottom, ready to box out. But the shot is good. They do not get the opportunity. 2 minutes, 17 seconds as the first quarter wanes down. The score is now 8-21 CPA. Khalil will get the ball inbounded to him. He'll find Clay up in the middle of the court. The big guy has good handles, and he has a clear path to the rim.
Unbelievable individual effort from the sophomore Clay Payne there.
He put a little bit of spice and everything nice in there, Reed.
Absolutely. Picked up the ball at half court and just made it happen.
Clay will shoot here with the N1. The ball is no good.
Nearly a good rebound there from Max Elliott. Just slipped out of his
CPA will make a nice drive down the court. An easy layup over Khalil. Khalil has the ball. He looks for Austin. Trying to find someone to bring the ball to the court. Clay now with the ball. Looking for Mahoney for the shooter. Khalil was shooting. It's good.
That's something you don't see every day. A long range two, but really a shot that is necessary, needs to be able to be knocked down, and Khalil Anderson pulling through.
The bank may not be open for the holidays, but that doesn't matter for these two teams as they're catching nothing but net. Pretty high scoring in this first quarter.
You can see on that shot from CPA right there, the bank wasn't open. Missed it on the off the backboard.
Clay with the ball on the top of the court. Max, but the ball's deflected, but Mahoney's able to recover it. They have a power play here as they find Clay down low. His signature reverse layup, but it's no good. CPA now on the fast break, but USN will settle into their zone defense. A shot outside is no good, but a big recovery from CPA as they're able to get that offensive rebounds. They'll keep swinging it around, and they get a nice easy bucket on the court. That is Valero for a nice little layup.
Yeah, good defense for the most part of that possession, but in the end, Valero just way too wide open for my liking.
Mahoney from way downtown, and it is good.
I talked about one of CPA's threes being good in college. That might be good for an NBA three-pointer.
Yeah, Mahoney shooting the lights out in this first quarter. That
way
is
downtown.
3 for 4, 3 for 5. We do know that he has 9 points.
Yeah, and so far he really seems to be on. He's hit, I don't know how many shots he's attempted, but I can't remember seeing him miss tonight. Chance for a quick shot.
Clay will will foul in the last second of play
That
time
may
in
be a
this
crucial
first
foul
quarter.
there for USN because time was likely going to expire before USN could get a shot off. Now with a second left, they can potentially get a deep inbound.
My mistake.
buzzer
That foul was on CPA. But we decided to chuck it down the court.
You know, what we just saw there on that buzzer beater attempt, that's something that we saw a lot last season of late in the quarter or late in the half or late in the game. The management of the last shot, I think, could use some improvement because there's a whole second to work with. It's not a lot of time, but you can still gain a little bit of ground, take a shot, get yourself in a better position. You just inbound it right in and he football throws it down the length of the court.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see a little bit more of a drawn-up play, maybe trying to get somebody deep down the court and get a close-range shot, but
for sure, and like
happen.
it's the little things, it's the little opportunities that you give away that are gonna impact the game later. We talked a lot about in the girls' game giving away the ball. Like they gave away more turnovers than they had points. And that's just really just opportunities that they could be having. And you hate to see USN give away these opportunities for scoring, which would keep them in this ball game. The score is not out of hand though, as CPA has a 10-point lead.
Right, I mean, it's a 10-point ball game. It could be much worse, and a lot of those 10 points for CPA are shots that they're not going to be making all night. And so this isn't necessarily a 10-point dominant performance from the Lions. Absolutely a surmountable lead, and USN, if they keep giving it to the hot hand Mahoney Donick, I mean, so far you said he's got 9 points. He's been heating up from beyond the line, and I think he could be the key moving forward.
For sure, and I think it's very important to stress that they are not beating themselves. They're simply getting outshot here, which won't happen all game. Lewis with the ball at the top of the key. He'll drive in right over Elliott, but it's no good. Elliott will get the defensive rebound.
Really heads up play by Elliott to keep the ball in bounds and get rid of it quickly enough before he stepped out.
Mahoney shoots again, but it's no good.
Might have been the commentator's curse on that one.
CPA will shoot. It is a shootout, but we seem to lose a little steam as we're missing these shots. If I'm Coach Jones, I'm not loving that immediate three-point shot. I want to see more ball movement when we get down the court than shooting immediately. I want to see what options we have.
I agree. I mean, on one hand, if you're on, and you want to keep attacking that, but you are definitely right. There's something to be said for making sure the best opportunity available is taken.
And that, needless to say, Mahoney Donick does have the hot hand right now.
Absolutely.
Colin Francois into the game. He'll come in for Max Elliott.
And just to note, the Tigers are in the bonus. That's why they're shooting these two, this 1-and-1 that's now becoming 2 free throws.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fouling going on this first portion of the game.
Yeah, only 35 seconds into the second quarter, Tigers already in the bonus. Definitely a good sign for USN there.
Max Elliott has a little bit of blood on him as he's getting checked out by Coach Scouten. Hopefully he's all right. CPA will drive. Lewis will drive to the rim, but it is no good and USN recovers the basketball.
Tigers really got away with one there. They left him wide open for that layup.
Khalil will hand the ball off to the young freshman, who gives play with the ball. Drives down low and shoots, but it is no good. It's tipped out by Khalil on accident, and the ball was out of bounds. It's CPA's basketball. They'll inbound to the point guard, Lewis. CPA moving the ball, driving now, and it's off the backboard. The coach did not like that play at all, as he stomps his foot and yells. But now it is USN basketball play at the top of the court, at the top of the key. He'll shoot, but it is no good. That is Ruth now driving down the court.
Fantastic effort by Ruth there. I mean, he's got some size, but he absolutely is showing he has the speed to make plays right there. Impressive effort. by number 45 of the Lions. We'll be without camera for a minute. We are dealing with some technical difficulties.
Yes, that is a USN Broadcasting classic.
Absolutely.
There's always something.
Luckily for us, as we try to figure it out, there is a timeout called, and the two teams will huddle up. So a little bit of time for us to recuperate here and try and get the camera up and working for you guys.
Anderson with the basketball. He'll drive to the rim. CPA now finds a way to the rim. Anderson will recover the ball. He'll take it down the court. And that is the USN basket. CPA now driving inside. And they'll find Taylor on the outside, but there is a foul. CPA will shoot two. Colin France will inbound to Khalil. Score now 18-27. There's 5 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the quarter. In the half, rather. Clay Payne now with the ball. Khalil with the ball at the top of the key. Colin drives down low. He finds Mahoney outside, looking for a shot, but it's not there. He'll get Clay at the high post. He'll make a move. Clay Payne, he almost turns it over, finds Mahoney in the corner. It's good!
Terrific recovery there by Payne after the ball was taken away from him. He gets it right back, finds the open Donick. That's what happens when you double team Clay Payne. You got to leave somebody open, and Donick was the open man that time.
CPA will respond with a three-pointer from the big man, Ruth.
Yeah, speaking of open man, Maddox Ruth left wide open right there.
Yeah, it's dangerous to know when a big man can shoot like that.
Absolutely. Clever little pass over the top there. Again, speaking of clever, Jack Fry. Terrific. Just awareness, knowing where the ball needs to go to get it to the hoop there.
That's going to be a wide open three for Lewis as he drains it. The score now 35-23 in CPA's favor.
You know, sometimes in high school basketball, you're willing to take your chances with letting the other team shoot three-pointers because you're not going to have a lights-out shooter in every game necessarily. But so far, CPA has proven to USN they're going to need to step to him from beyond the arc because they have been knocking him down all night. Nearly did once again right there.
Taylor will make the steal. There's a fast break. CPA now Lewis for three. It's good.
Lewis stares down the USN students.
And boy, can this guy shoot.
He's telling you better step to me now.
A little bit of a James Harden move there.
I think the Tigers need a timeout as soon as they can get one. The Lions are starting to run away right now.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to see the Lions run away with it. You want to give your team a chance to breathe. And
I mean, 3 minutes left in the half, 4 timeouts left. You can't take them with you. You might as well call your timeouts while you can. I think they need one soon.
Both teams have 4 total timeouts right now. Will Coach Jones use them? That's to be seen. USN will recover a series of rebounds as Khalil Anderson finally takes the ball up the court. He finds Clay Payne down low. Finds Colin outside, a great pass. And it's good!
You can tell that one was going in from the second it left his hands. Beautiful arc on that ball. It was just destined for the hoop.
The big man shoots a 3, but it's no good. Colin now a one-on-one easy layup for the Vassar commit.
And now look who's calling, or not a timeout. The Tigers get the ball back. After a spree of CPA points, the Tigers right back in this one.
Yeah, I mean, they've really been able to recover without the help of a timeout, which we thought that they needed, but, you know.
I'm not the coach for a reason, and you can see right there. I don't know where the travel was on that one, I'll be honest with you.
Definitely a shoot and you shoot yourself in the foot kind of scenario. You know, that's not when you want to be turning the ball over for USN.
Right, and right after CPA shot itself in the foot.
That's just the momentum ender that CPA needed. A nice move, but it's no good.
Absolute gift CPA is just given to USN. Let's see what they do with it.
Colin with the ball. We'll find Mahoney on the arc. Give it to Clay, to Colin. And one!
That is terrific basketball. Great ball movement and a foul in the end to boot.
You know, and that's just great movement without the ball. And I think that's a really important thing to stress there is that can be just as important as being able to move with the ball. And he is able to find that back door, find that give and go.
Absolutely, and here's a chance to make it a one-possession game. I gotta stop pulling the commentator's curse on this team. Every time I say something's gonna happen, it's the opposite.
Lewis driving in, but it's stripped from him as Khalil gets control of the basketball. And it's a foul. It is USN ball under the basket. No, USN will shoot. They'll shoot 2 because they're in the bonus. The classic smack talk from the USN student section, which has grown exponentially tonight since the end of the girls' game. Khalil will shoot. Powerful rebound from CPA there. In and out move, and he'll grab the basketball down in the corner. And it's a 3, and it's good for CPA. The score is now 38-34. Lions. 42 seconds left as the clock wanes down in the half. Mahoney shoots, but he bricks it.
I don't love that shot selection. I think that was just a quick desperation to try to get right back to where you were. I think it would have been better to settle down a little bit.
You know, this is not a one-possession game anymore like it was moments ago. And that's
you try too quickly to get back on the board, and
right.
Now you're down 9 again.
Right.
Really quick 5-point swing from CPA. Another 3-pointer that I think really doesn't need to be taken. Nearly a brutal finish to the half there as Gunnar Lewis attempted that 3. Will the Tigers get away?
Reed, end of the half, what are your thoughts? What have you seen in this game? How have the Tigers been able to produce? How have they fallen short?
I think in terms of falling short on defense, it has to do with the way the Tigers defend a three-pointer, because I think you have to do one of two things to be successful for the Tigers. You have to either defend the shot better as it's going into the air, put more pressure on them, or rebound. They're not really doing either of them, so I think you have to do at least one of those two things, if not both. So I think that's something the Tigers can really hone in on defense. But I think what they've done successfully is just stay focused, keep their minds, keep their eyes on the prize, because what we saw there, the Tigers, now they're down 9 again, but they were starting to get into double-digit deficits, and then they cut it down to 4 points just like that. I think they just have to keep the goal in sight, and I do like the mentality of this team as much as I think the defense could improve.
Yeah. Well, we will join you back for the second half. We will end the stream, but we will restart it, so make sure you join us on that as soon as that goes up. All right. See you in a bit.